Man comes home and he's hungry. Would you wake up and make him a meal?
No.
Hell no, he can
Be
buy his own
independent.
shit.
Be independent.
No, he makes me a meal. What the fuck?
I didn't hear your answer.
I mean, I'm happily married. I'd make him a meal.
You'd make it?
Thanks, man.
No, take it back. Oh, I'll make the meal. I'll make the meal.
2 divorces.
Kids?
Yes.
How
I
many
have
kids?
3.
From how many fathers?
2. So I have 2 to my first marriage and then 1 from a guy I dated in high school.
And then question the 2 divorces. Who initiated them?
I did for both.
Briefly, what was the reason for the first one?
The first one, he was kind of manipulative and controlled.
Really quickly, how was he controlling?
I couldn't spend any money. I had to get permission to spend anything. I didn't work. I stayed at home. I had to cook. I had to clean. If I didn't have dinner ready when he expected it to be ready, he would be upset.
Okay, and you stayed home and he provided everything?
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have dinner ready when he got home?
Well, I had to maintain 2 small children.
Did you have friends that you were allowed to go see?
His friends kind of became my friends, and one of our friends, and this is going to sound bad, who ended up being my second husband, stopped coming to our house because he said he didn't like the way he talked to me. And
Wait, so you started dating one of your buddy's good friends?
I know I'm not a good person.
Yeah, that's
like
bad.
I'm a bag. That's okay.
Wait, what?
She started banging her boyfriend's best friend.
No, they weren't best friends.
Well, they were close enough.
Let's get this straight. They were not best friends.
Not anymore, they're not.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'3".
How much do you weigh?
That's none of your business. I told you I was fat.
Oh, okay. We don't play that shit on my channel. You get your big fat ass on somewhere then. God damn! I don't deal with you big sassy ass broads. Where would you rank yourself on the marketplace?
8.
Out of what, 100?
Okay, what is it? What we rating from 1 to 10?
If you, yeah.
Okay, 9.
God damn! Okay, have a good day. If you had to rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10 and you can't use 7, face only, no hair extensions, your natural hair, your natural face, what would you give yourself?
Interesting. 8.
Nope.
No?
No.
Okay, so if I wanted a high volume man, what do I do?
Be reincarnated. You can't get one. I'm gonna be honest, you can't.
I have a master's in public administration, and I have a law degree.
How tall are you?
5'9".
Dress size?
16.
You didn't choose to be single.
I'm sorry?
Do you have any kids?
No kids. My ex had 4, so I'm trying to, that's kind of a big number. Oh my God.
Why'd you pop?
I know it's an unpopular opinion, but me, I typically don't like dating men without children, especially after a certain age. I just think it's weird, you know, and I have a child and I love children and God only gave me one, so I want to be with someone who has children. I've never dated a man that didn't have children. And that's a deal breaker than the average woman.
Gotcha.
So a man without children is weird to you?
After a certain age, yeah. I feel like after a certain age, you don't have no children. It's just strange to me. You know, like nobody owed you. Nobody took them genetics, you know, like I think it's strange, you know, so it's a personal preference.
Okay. And why'd you pop your balloon?
As she talked a little more, I thought about the fact that I don't want any other kids, and I do only have one kid, so I think I would rather someone who had a kid already, just because I don't want to have any more, and I wouldn't want to date anybody who didn't have kids, because they probably want kids.
Gotcha.
Okay.
4 kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So, I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
It's so hard also to be the woman in a situation where you're like, men just don't get as much scrutiny. Like they can maybe tell him like, your fucking shots suck tonight, but like the looks and all of that is just like not a factor of conversation as much.
No.
Did you talk to Steph about it? Like, or did you kind of keep it within yourself so it didn't?
What pisses me off is the discourse around how women only go for the top 15% of men. Like, am I supposed to be going for the fat loser who doesn't have a job and lives at home? Am I supposed to be attracted to that? Obviously, I'm going to be attracted to the guy who's ambitious, the guy who's manly, the guy who takes care of himself and his health and works out, the guy who's tall, the guy who's going to give my kids good genetics. Why on earth would I be attracted to the fat loser? Or any loser for that matter. Even an average guy. Like, why, if I could pick the best of the best, why would I be attracted to the mid-tier? Like, hello. Especially if I'm a top quality girl. What happened to earning your place in this world? You're gonna be a loser in this life and then expect people to want you? Like, that's just common sense that that's not going to happen. Like, if I was fat and ugly, I would not be surprised that men are not going for me and instead they want the girls who are fit and beautiful. Like, I didn't earn to be on their level. I didn't earn to be wanted like that. So maybe instead of complaining that women only want the top 15%, work on becoming top 15% or somewhere near that number instead of sitting at home being a loser, trying to be a little victim.
My grandma said there are only two things in life that you worry about, whether you're healthy or whether you're sick. If you're healthy, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you're sick, you got two things to worry about. Whether you're going to get better, whether you're going to get worse. You get better, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you get worse, you got two things to worry about. Whether you're going to live, whether you're going to die. If you live, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you die, you got two things. Whether you're going to heaven, whether you're going to hell. If you go to heaven, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you go to hell, you got two things to worry about. Original or extra crispy?
Right, welcome to the show, guys. It's your boy Boogie back again with another live stream. Shout out to you guys for always supporting your boy. Hope you guys are doing good. You know, hope you're having a nice start to the week. All right, we're about to get it in. We're about to cook. So let's get into it. Don't forget, as you're coming in, subscribe if you're new here. Support your boy. Like the video. You know, I got a bunch of videos we're going to be going through, man. I don't even know if you guys are ready because, like I told you guys, dating keeps changing. You know, the days of women asking for six figures, just $100,000 a year, that's gone. Women are asking for $50,000 a month. That's crazy. But that's what they're asking for. And it's up to the men because I always say that when it comes to dating, the women ask for whatever they want to ask for, and then the men respond. The men give feedback. The men adjust. Men are always adjusting to dating standards. Back in the day when women required marriage before sex, men did that. But times have changed. Now men can get sex without the marriage. Now times have changed again. Now women are asking for money before marriage. You know, before the man would provide it during the marriage, he wouldn't just come out of the way giving money. But now women require money before they get married to you, and then they require to see that you can actually pay their bills before you guys get married. Crazy times, but let's get into it. Again, like the video, subscribe. Where do we go first? Let's go to 8 at the table. Let me just make sure you guys can hear me. Let's go to 8 at the table. Let me just make sure you guys can hear me. Let's go to 8 at the table. Let me just make sure you guys can hear me. I don't know. It sounds like there's a feedback. I don't know why. Let me just make sure that my audio is good. Okay. All right, my audio should be good now. Like the video? All right, let's get into it.
No, right? So if I'm telling you the truth, I'm giving you all the no you need, and you're overthinking, where's your overthinking taking you? Do you ever oversolve? You're saying you're overthinking,
That's so funny.
overthinking.
In a relationship, your partner should be making your nervous system feel calm.
Yeah.
Right? And I actually love that because yes, I have anxiety. But sometimes you need your partner to make that lesson, you know? Because if she's still having anxiety, if you're being completely transparent on your end, and she doesn't feel like you're being completely transparent, she still has questions and she still needs things clarified. Are you responding in a way that makes her feel safe,
Again, so
secure?
we're doing the feelings versus logic, right?
Yeah.
I can meet you where you
Feelings.
feel, right?
You can be as logical as you want, but her feelings
you just
are
said.
still at the forefront.
You will always have your feelings, right? So am I
And
up
you're always
against
gonna
your
feel.
feelings, or am I up against facts? What is
Reality.
really going on? What is the truth?
Can we break down both?
And just to
I think-
pinpoint off of what you said, Amanda, like that's true. Like your nervous system should feel comfortable, but that's like with everyday life struggles. If you're in love with this man and that's your man and you guys live together and that's like your life, he's gonna make you nervous sometimes. He's gonna give you anxiety sometimes because you're gonna feel things for him. You're gonna react. It's natural. But he's gonna calm you down in other stuff. Let's say you have a stressful day at work, he's gonna make you feel okay.
and
Let's say your
this is-
stomach hurts, he's gonna make you feel okay.
I feel like
Just turn that shit
no,
off.
I definitely liked what you said a couple of minutes ago, where you were like, you've been completely transparent, and because of that, like you've accumulated
accumulated credit, but
credit.
but I do think that there needs to be a balance, right? In order for a man not to become a slave to a woman's nervous system. And I think that there are times that he calms her nervous system, and there's times that he puts his foot down and go somewhere else with your BS. Like, I'm sorry, like I'm not doing it today. Because at the end of the day, he has to hold you accountable. If you never realize that there's an issue, you're never gonna grow.
Exactly.
So sometimes he has to hold your nose to the fire and say, look, go in the corner or go in the other room, and you deal with them voices in your head.
I think sometimes women have to realize there's imagination and there's reality, and also paying attention to reality. So, for example, I'm not going to think that every time your phone rings, I have to be on edge. If my reality is that I know what you're doing, I know where you're at, I know if you answer the phone, you know, like you don't move different around me. So why am I creating scenarios in my head? I think sometimes people have to pay attention to reality. If this person is true to themselves on a regular, then I feel as though creating scenarios and making things up in your mind is only going to drive you crazy. If this person is who they are every day, then I feel as though you should just accept this person and allow them to be them. If they decide not to answer the phone, don't just be like, oh, something's got to be on. Why you ain't answer that phone call? Who that?
Right.
Somebody calling you? Da, 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 da. Maybe they didn't. Maybe it was scam likely.
Yeah, women are always sabotaging good relationships. Women are always sabotaging good men because of their insecurities. Now, that insecurity could be because of the way they were raised, or maybe they didn't see that kind of relationship with. Usually, in my opinion, it's because they were not raised seeing their dad and their mom, biological dad, biological mom, in a good relationship. Either the dad wasn't there or they were just fighting all the time. So they have that insecurity. But I think also years of dating bad boys, once a woman meets a good man, and by the way, the term good man has changed. Before, the term good man was the man who's stable, doesn't have to make too much money. He has a good career. He respects people. He's a good person. But these days, a good man to a woman is a man who's willing to spend all his money and all his life savings on her. That's a good man, but that's neither here or there. But the thing is, women always sabotage good relationships. They always sabotage good men. They always say, why is he being nice to me? It's weird. It's a weird psychology kind of thing, but that's what they do.
Sometimes we gotta chill as women, because I know I've done it. You know what I'm saying? I know I've done it.
And also, do you ever wonder what that does to your partner? when you
Annoying.
constantly do that?
Exhausting.
It's not only is it
Annoying.
exhausting, but like you have to imagine that if your partner is communicating clearly with you,
Yeah.
your partner's being transparent with you, your partner now has to shrink themselves around you.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They can no longer be themselves.
that was
They can have to be a version that only you'll accept,
comfortable.
right? So you're not even allowing your partner to be themselves, and you want him to communicate. Excuse me, I ain't gonna say him. Don't trigger me on this shit. I ain't gonna say him, but
Yeah.
you want all these things, but like you're also not reciprocating all these things, you know? And if my whole thing is choice. If I chose to let all my hoes go and I'm with you, like I've made that choice. Like
So
that's
I'm with you. You got me.
you got me. So all that extra stuff, you worry about everybody else, but like who you got. Like you missing, like, oh my, don't start me on that shit.
What you said is so when a man does that, when a man can tell you like, yo, go to the room, you know, think about what you're doing right now, relax. Like that's somebody who cares.
Yeah, because I'm not.
Now, women just like a man who's like a therapist. So women want a man who's a therapist, who's their gal bestie, who's their home girl, who's their male best friend, who's their boyfriend, who's their husband, who's their father. They want the man to have all these sorts of things in him, in one man. But at the end of the day, I believe women want their man to be their therapist, number one, because they want to come to you and tell you all their problems. But I think the main reason they want the man to be their therapist, apart from listening to them nagging all the time and crying about shit that doesn't make sense, is because their therapists never hold them accountable. You guys know why women are always in therapy, but nothing ever changes? It's because their therapist doesn't hold them accountable. I mean, therapists are trying to make money. If therapists held women accountable, the women wouldn't go back to therapy because they don't like accountability. So the reason why they want the man to be like their therapist is because the therapists don't hold them accountable. All you got to do is sit there and say yes and tell them you're right. The other person is wrong. You're never in the wrong. My queen, and worship them. But men, that doesn't work long term. Now, maybe it works on some men, but I don't think it works long term.
I'm not helping.
that's a big daddy right there.
I'm not helping you by enabling you for one. And for two, I can't help you grow if I never challenge you. And I think that these days, that's another issue when it comes to some women, is that they take being challenged as
a negative thing.
Right? And I'm sorry, I cannot always appease you, because then I become a slave to every last one of your traumas.
Women really do that? Like
Yes.
I can see it.
Listen to the men on the
I always
couch.
get in trouble.
Yes.
I'm always in trouble.
And this is why, once again, yes.
I'd be like, ooh,
I
let me
can
shut up.
I can handle you with kid gloves. I can hug you up. I can love you, but I can also tell you, yo, look, man, go sit your ass in the corner, man, because I'm not dealing with this today.
Right.
And the reason being, no, it's not. Look, it's never disrespectful, but it can be stern.
Or enough is enough. I've had a long day.
Yeah, I'm not talking about disrespect. I'm talking about being assertive and being stern. Like, look, we're not doing this today. All right.
And actually, that
and you can still validate that person. You can still say, "I
toxic as hell." She's like, yeah, that tone make me want to do stuff.
Yeah, but why should a man have to talk to you like a child? Seriously, I know some of you guys say women are like children, but why should a man have to raise his voice and speak like as if he's a military commander because it turns you on, because that's the only time you listen? So a man has to raise and be like, bitch, go to the room, like I told you, for the woman to listen. Ooh, because some women say that turns them on. The man is showing he's masculine and he's rah-rah. Why shouldn't I have to say, hey baby, can you please go to the room? Or hey baby, can we talk about that later? Why can't I use that tone? Why do I have to raise my voice for you to listen to me? That shit doesn't make any sense, man. I know some of you guys love that kind of toxic shit, but I don't see it lasting long term.
You say it like that, it's just like I'm tripping.
Yeah, like and you can say, look, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I know what you're going through in your head, but there's a point that you have to get to where you realize that this has nothing to do with me. So go in there, self-reflect, and you go figure it out. I'm here if you need me, but I'm not doing the back and forth today. Like, I'm not doing it.
Man's not ready for these type of things.
I do. I want it. I want it.
But I'm saying this is really grown men.
You haven't experienced it though yet.
Like, niggas be tired.
Okay,
I'm
but guess
almost
what?
grown.
Wait,
I'm
hold
trying
on.
to see what that's
I'm
about.
almost grown. I love you. Y'all be tired, but we be tired too. All right. I'm not gonna fully be on y'all side. I'm on y'all side right now, but we gotta go viral.
Okay,
So
let's
turn up.
switch gears a little
What's
bit.
that?
The stats are saying that it is apparently more attractive to be single than in a relationship.
I could speak on this when it comes to my daughter, but she just turned 19 yesterday. And she was telling me that like all her friends and like everybody in the school, like they're not big on relationships. They're not big on, partnerships because they're all focused on themselves. Like
No, it's because they don't have their parents are not in a relationship. It's that simple. How is a kid gonna grow up to want to be in a relationship, both boys and girls, if their own parents are single and dating multiple people? I don't know if these people know that kids are literally watching every move that parents are making, and they're going to do the same shit.
building themselves and going to college and focusing on their careers and focusing on what they feel, what they want, hanging out with friends. So I do see like the younger generation kind of leaning on to that side
because they see so many miserable adults.
I think it's because they're self-centered.
Exactly right. They see the adults doing that and they're thinking this is the right way, this is the right thing to do. They don't see their parents happy. They see the mom with multiple men. They see the dad with multiple women. Guess what? They're going to think that's what they should do. That's why the chances of a girl turning to a single mom are high if the mom was a single mom too.
I think they don't see a reality. They don't see. It's kind of like I don't want nobody giving me advice if I don't see a life that I value.
Yeah.
If I don't look at you and I say that's the life I want, then I'm not gonna take the steps that you take. So if they're going home and they're looking at their parents or they're looking at their older siblings or whatever, live a certain lifestyle where they're in relationships, they're fighting, they're going through this and going through that. I think people make decisions based off of the things that they see.
Wait a minute.
I'm not saying that's all the cases.
I'm not saying that's all the cases, but I'm saying
my sister's 19.
At what point in life didn't kids see their parents fight?
Yeah, but
right?
we've been talking about this the whole time. There's now social media, so
I
now
think-
they see other avenues.
I think it's just
They're definitely raised heavy on
self-centered. I
social
think
media.
Yeah, social
no.
media is
But
heavy.
I think it's just about being self-centered. I do believe that.
But who's teaching them
be
that?
young-
Because I'm not
No,
teaching
it's
my
not.
daughter that.
No, I'm gonna.
Are you married? What do you mean you're not teaching your daughter that? Are you married? Is she seeing you with her husband happy? Is she seeing you with her biological dad happy in the same household together for 10, 15? Because she said her daughter is 19. Has your daughter been watching you with her dad for 19 years married? Or is she seeing you dating multiple men and you guys and you're not with a dad in the same household? So you may not like literally teach her that don't date multiple men, but she doesn't see you dating one guy who's the dad, who's her father. She's going to do what she wants to do. I don't know why they don't get it. Anyway, man, shout out to you guys for joining me today. I like the video. Miss Maria Moore is supporting your boy first in the chat. So like the video. I have another video. I have multiple videos we're going to be going through. I'm cooking you guys today. Like we got time today, all right? So don't even think about it changing the station. All right, let's go, man. Let's go. Let's get up. Let me put on the next video. Let's go. We're just gonna run down real quick. Okay. All right, let's go. I appreciate you guys for joining me today, man.
You're single. You've been. So what does that entail, though? There's no guys in the picture.
I date.
Is there a guy in the picture right now?
Yeah. There's a guy in the picture. I'm a Sagittarius, so.
What?
Wait, what is? What does
What
that
does it have
mean?
to do with anything?
That I'm outgoing and connect with people easily, and typically have quite a few. Have a few people on the roster to
And she's
go on dates with. I'm single, so if you ask me out and you're a millionaire, I'll say yes.
Oh, so now they're using zodiac signs as an excuse for being in the streets? That's crazy.
If you're a millionaire, if they're not a millionaire,
Then we can be friends.
That part.
well, there's a couple things there. There's the roster. There's the let's just run this back a little bit. So, must be millionaire to date you.
At this point in my life, yes.
Now, when you say millionaire, do you mean net worth or like they're earning $1 million a year?
I mean, you have to be a millionaire just to pretty much live in LA. So
Really?
multiple millionaires.
I mean,
multiple millions.
wait, what do you mean multiple?
Who like own a house, basically.
Do you own a house?
So middle class.
Do you rent? Or do
I
you,
rent, yes. I rent.
You wouldn't date a guy
Okay,
who
so you
rented?
don't have a house. She doesn't have a house herself, but she's saying for a man to date her, he must have a house. Oh, I get it. So she wants a man who has a house to date her, so she can move in and stop paying rent. Got it.
How much is your rent?
My rent's only $19.50.
And do you have housemates or you have your own place?
No, just my place.
You wouldn't date a guy who's paying like $2,000 in rent?
No, if he doesn't own a house that's over $7 million, I won't date him. And I'm doing fine.
Wait, what do you mean you're doing fine?
Oh my God.
I'm going on dates.
Do you have something on? I feel like you have something on this.
No, good.
You're good? You don't got it? You got something?
No.
Nothing? Nothing?
No.
Okay.
No.
So, okay, I'll ask a couple clarifying questions here. 7 million? Like, wait, a $7 million house?
Yeah.
Come on, bro, you're messing with me, right? Or is this serious?
I mean, no, it's fine, but we would consider it. I just have, goals and expectations and boundaries, and this is what I strive for. And if I have to be single, until I find that guy, then that's what I'm willing to do.
Do you have kids?
No kids.
Do you want kids?
I don't care. Whatever's in God's plan.
Wait, so you're not like have any leaning towards kids?
If somebody that I met one day and we fell in love wanted to have kids and it was right, then yes.
Yeah, but what do you want?
I don't know what I want.
Or are you just kind of
I'm
indifferent?
like loving life right now and definitely not sad that I don't have kids.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But do you want them in the future?
I'm not sure. I'm a really good aunt.
Okay. So if you met a guy and he told you, I am doing the no kids thing, I don't want to ever have kids, but he met all your other criteria for dating, you would date him long term?
Definitely.
Okay, so you'd be fine.
Wait, is this true from Lapif? True, is that you from Lapif? Shout out to you, bro. I always react to you when you're cooking these women. You do it in a very nice, soft way so that the hyenas don't come for you. But I see you be cooking sometimes, if that's true from Lapif.
Not having kids.
I think. At this point, yes.
Okay. But then also, if you were to encounter a guy, met all your criteria, but he said, hey, I want to have kids within the next 2 years,
That would
also
work.
yes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
As long as he can pay for them.
Yeah. So let's go back to what's the bare minimum income for you to date a guy?
I mean, I'm not good at math. Okay. Just going to preface that. But I think I already told you, I just want somebody that's basically in the top 5%, 1%.
In terms of income?
I mean, a few $1 million a year would be great.
Wait, so you want a 1%er?
You just said a few $1 million a year would be great. Guys, and you know the reason why every woman on the panel is quiet? Because deep down, they want the same thing. Now, I'm not saying that she's going to get it, but the mindset alone should tell you where their mindset is, who they are. Every woman on the panel wants the same thing. It's just that this one is more vocal. She's more delusional. But if God told them that they're going to get millionaires too, they would say, yes, that's what I want. This is scary.
In terms of income?
Sure. I mean, as long as he's really smart and saves his money, I guess it doesn't matter if he makes like $500,000 a year and then has a bunch of other investments, but
yeah,
because eventually that'll equal $1 million, right?
Eventually.
He's like, as long as we get there some way.
This is scary.
And the men you're currently dating, they're all millionaires or whatever, making 500K minimum. Yes. Okay.
Okay, if they're all making $500,000 or more, how come you haven't settled down with one? I would think, right? If you're doing the math and her goal is to get a millionaire, well, she's gonna tell me, well, Boogie, I'm just giving these guys were making $500,000. I'm giving them a chance. I really want a millionaire, but they're not making enough for me, so I'm just dating around. That's what she's gonna tell me. I would think that would be her excuse or her argument.
I don't think they make 500K minimum, but
Oh, they make less?
more.
More?
Yeah.
They make more.
Why
How old
you
are they?
settling down with them?
Well, they're men. I do know some rich young guys too. A 30-year-old had a $7 million house in Santa Monica, but his family had money, so he's lucky.
Why are you not with him?
Wait, how? So they're like in their late 30s, 40s, basically?
Yeah, like 30, 40.
Okay. And what are the other criteria that you're looking for in a guy?
I want someone that's successful,
Sure.
motivated,
Mm-hmm.
influential.
What does that mean?
Social media.
Like he's influencing me to be a better person, to grow and to strive to make money and be successful and, put myself out there.
Okay.
Good values.
All right. Minimum height?
Actually, I'm okay with the guy being short as long as he's rich.
Guys, I guess I got a chance. I'm not 6 feet, so I think I have a chance. She just said she doesn't mind if the guy is not tall as long as he's got money. So Kevin Hart is definitely should be the one in sliding her DMs. Because anytime the man makes good money, the money is always gonna make a man taller for sure. If you stand on that wallet and has couple 6 figures, it's gonna make you way taller than Shaquille O'Neal for sure. Look at her smiling. Now, I know I did say that these women on the panel believe the same thing, but they're not even smiling. She's the only one smiling. So maybe they're not as delusional as I thought.
So, and how tall are you?
I'm 5'4", so I'm not.
So
that
if the
tall.
guy's like shorter than you, doable?
I
As
dated a
long as
guy
he's
that was
rich?
shorter than me. Yeah.
Okay. So as long as he's taller than you, or even same height
I
or
usually
shorter?
say I would prefer someone be at least a few inches taller than me so that I can still wear heels. But if the other things are there, I'm open.
Okay. Let's do the calculator. Let's pull up the calculator. By the way, guys, we're bumping the TTS back to normal, just FYI. That's interesting. So
Ryan has no words.
they make 1 mil a year, I guess, minimums, kind of, or you said 500K, is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I
A
said.
year. Okay. You ready? Okay, we're gonna do the calculator on this, so we can try to triangulate how many men fall into your criteria. So let's pull it up.
Like 0.1%.
Okay, so scroll down. All right, age range. Give us an age range of men you would date.
I'd say, ideally, 35 to 45.
Okay, can you do that? 30. Should we exclude other men who are married?
Yeah,
Okay, exclude married. Race?
I don't care.
Any race? Okay, scroll down. Minimum height,
I
like
would say like
5'6".
5'4". Oh yeah,
Okay.
I said I would be willing to date someone shorter than me, but
5'4" is crazy.
I mean,
That's
most
my
men are
height.
not going to
That's
be.
my height.
We'll just say 5'4". So her height or taller. Should we exclude obese men?
I've dated fat guys that were rich.
So include obese, not fat, obese.
To be honest, I have noticed that if they're not really physically fit or don't care about their health and their body, I don't find that attractive. So yeah, exclude
Okay.
obese. Sorry,
And then
guys. Sorry,
minimum
guys.
exclude obese, minimum income, slam it all the way to the end. Scroll down a little bit so we can see it.
0.001%.
Yeah. So yeah, it won't even let us make it higher. Let's find out. Let's see.
So excited.
Probability. Scroll down.
I told you 0.0.
Scroll back up. Okay. Wait, hold on. So 0.099%. That's not even, you said you want a 1% guy. This is a 0.01 0.1% guy. Does that concern you at all?
We can round up, right?
0.01.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
Or
yeah.
did I? Wait, hold on.
Yeah, 0.01. That's what.
Well, it would have been 0.1.
It would be 1%, basically, right?
No, it'd be
Yeah, 0.1.
0.1%.
Gotta up the age range.
Yeah, run up to the 10, maybe.
So
yeah, no, that's not
Can we
close to
get 'em in?
1%.
Not even close.
And you technically
Not even
said
close.
shorter,
That's
so
Welcome back,
0.1%.
Andrew.
or
Yeah,
two.
these are good
Andrew, I
things.
don't
The
know
girls
if
are
you,
helping me out here. I'm not worried about it.
Right.
So
Would be
Andrew, I
honest.
don't know if we're going to recap you here, get you caught back up. I don't know if you heard. So she's looking for a guy. She lives in LA, looking for a guy who's a millionaire who makes minimum $500,000 a year, preferably he's a millionaire, makes maybe $1 million a year.
This is him catching up.
Did you watch Santa Claus?
Andrew just bust out laughing. And I'm gonna be honest, guys. I know some of you guys don't agree, and probably Miss Miriam won't agree too. But I'm gonna tell you right now, she can get that guy. You know, millionaires love a woman like her because they know she's searching them. She's searching for them. The problem is they get cheated on. They get them to do all weird type of shit, and then they just dump them. So she can meet those guys. She can get those guys, you know, because you can see she's skinny, and that's the type of, I think, size and type of characteristics she has. The millionaires may want, but they don't keep them. So they'll use her and they'll dump her, you know. So that crazy. I don't make $1 million yet. So maybe in the future, once I make $1 million, I'll have a chance. Because she said as long as you're rich and you're short, that's fine. So I guess I have a chance, you know. I'm just saying, hey, listen. Yo, so True, man. Shout out to you, True. I need to join Lapif, True. Hook me up, True. I need to join Lapif one of these days. I'm looking forward to meeting another meeting. I'm looking forward to debating ball. All right, so let's get to it. Shout out to you guys who are watching. Like the video, subscribe. Let's cook some more, man. And let me get you some more videos that we can go through. Actually, True, are you still here? Because True is actually in the next video I'm going to be reacting to. True, are you still here? Let me see what True had to say. I love when every time True goes back and forth with Pretty Intellectual. They're not, I wouldn't say they're friends. All right, True, let's cook. Let's go.
Yeah, there's an obsession between men and this need to compare women to children, right? This need to compare women's mindsets to children. I've heard men say that women do not age mentally past the age of 14. You made the correlation, Trev, that if you're taking care of her financially, then basically she's to be treated like a child. This idiot came on here with whatever he said about children, right? Or about treating her like you're her father. So what I'm trying to say is all of these talking points lean into the justification of when these men continue to try to go lower and lower in the ages of women they date, because you guys are saying things like, if you're providing for a woman, this means that she's a child. Not understanding that we live in a patriarchy that quite literally set that as the expectation. The only problem is that in correlation with white supremacy and capitalism, y'all can't afford it. So you cannot afford patriarchy. So now you need your women to work, but you still somehow feel as though you get to be entitled like the men who succeed at patriarchy.
Women have always worked. Women were nurses, teachers, they worked in fields, they were gardening, they worked in churches. Women have always worked from time immemorial. What is she talking about?
No, you have failed. You are as bony as Mont's ponytail, okay? It's not working. It is absolutely failing. You need to cut it off. right? You need to cut it out.
Personal.
And you need to understand that the Black community is, in my opinion, only going to succeed with egalitarianism.
No.
You guys have already failed at patriarchy. Okay. So I need you to stop comparing your women to children, because you can't even parent right. Hence the fact that the majority of Black children are being raised by women.
Yeah. So
And because the majority of Black children are being raised by women, let's look at the outcomes. What is it? The average kid cannot read above the 6th grade level, something like that. If the last time I checked, and they're being raised by women. The last time I checked, single fathers do a better job raising kids better than single mothers.
this is why I love being
Please
an
wait before we go, Mom. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna like eliminate no homonyms, no like
Trev,
we're gonna try to stay on
Trev,
top.
you know I don't
please.
get into that. I'm mature.
I bet.
You know that. Come
You
on.
got it. My bad. You got it.
Yeah. You know, me as an actual intellectual, you know, I like to inquire about things. I ask a lot of questions, right? So we're pretty automatically, I'm calling her pretty because that's her name, where she automatically, you know, took offense to what I said. I was saying spanking the way that you would say, oh, I just spanked the sports team. You know, we just spanked the Cowboys. But for whatever reason, she chose to make it about sex, which that's what she get into. But however, I think an intellectual as myself, I would have inquired. I said, excuse me, what do you mean by that? Right? Because that's just how I get down. I'm mature though. So that's to that point. But now I like to qualify my other statement. So it's my belief that when it comes to men and women, especially in a marriage or a long-term relationship, I think that we're very close to mothers and fathers to each other. And you can ask your woman, I don't know about other guys, but I can ask my woman right now. What are the things that I do for you that your father didn't do for you? And they'll pretty much match up 1,000%. I know for me, I won't give my daughter away to a man unless he can fulfill my entire role as a father. Can you take care of her?
It's fair.
Can you make sure that she's safe emotionally, you know, physically, mentally? All of these things. Will you, you know, give your life for her? That's when I'll actually be comfortable giving my daughter away to her man, where I don't have to worry about her anymore. But until then, she won't get my blessing for that. Right? That's the way I view relationships. Right now, if my lady got into a car accident, she wouldn't call her dad. She would call me.
That's fair.
If she was stranded somewhere, she wouldn't even think to call her dad because he has his own wife. She would call me. I pay for her health insurance, right? We're not married yet, so she technically can't be on mine, which I pay $1,300 a month, you know? But yeah, of course, I say like a father to give you a reference point of how close we are, but obviously I'm not her dad, right? Obviously. But yeah, I think men and women, once you get a wife or a husband, you're pretty much becoming very, very close to a father or a mother, besides the romantic aspect. And if that doesn't make sense to you, somebody, maybe it's an ego thing. But I think it's, you know, plainly put, I think it makes sense.
I mean, that's a fair point that Mount made. Now, obviously, I didn't watch the whole show, so I'm guessing that's the first thing he said before she went to attack him personally, because she had no argument or comeback, and she does that pretty much all the time. I don't know what he said. Maybe triggered her. She's already getting triggered. It's not the first time, but pretty much, if a man takes on a woman, he's taking on her father's duties, pretty much providing, protecting, you know, correcting her, order, things like that. Apart from putting hands on her, because we know some fathers put hands on their kids. Apart from that, and the sex, the man is pretty much going to do everything the father was doing for the daughter, pretty much. And that's why the father gives the daughter's hand in marriage. He's giving, like Matt said, the father is literally handing over his daughter to the next man to take care of her. So I don't know why she has an issue if he relates a man, or if he says a man is pretty much doing the father's job.
Yes. Women don't want to work. Dudes don't want to work.
but the dudes who do work at some point wish they could provide and take their woman out the workforce. I'm on the record saying that that's the number one flex a man can ever have, is removing his woman from the workforce. So I don't have a argument for anything related to the topic at hand tonight. So
I think the assumption that most men want that, particularly Black men, is an assumption. I do find that it is dependent on how someone is raised. And I've heard plenty of men say, why would I take care of a woman? She's a grown adult. Right. I've heard.
Yeah, men say that because women scream independence. It doesn't make sense for me to retire a woman who is screaming independence from the top of the mountain every single day. Because I don't know if you guys know, these women who say men should pay 100% of the bills, they still want to work and save their own money on the side. She wants to work, save her money. You, the man, go work, pay all the bills, and you're not going to have any savings. So why should I retire you again? So it doesn't make any sense for a man to retire you and pay all the bills.
Plenty of people say that when having these conversations. So I think some people don't look at it as a badge of honor. They look at it as, we're both adults, we're both working. What else we're going to do but work, especially if there's not young children for people to take care of. And so, yeah, I do think that it is something that fewer people think is a badge of honor, being able to retire their spouse, their significant other, than what most people think. And that, yeah, the requirement to work, especially, I do think it changes though, like I said, if there's young children in the house. Now, if there aren't young children in the house, I don't know how many men actually have that mindset. I've heard some say, oh yeah, I want my significant other to stay at home with our children, instead of sending them to daycare with strangers and all of that. But if there's no children, most people, their mindsets ain't there, from what I've encountered at least and seen in conversations.
Tony, it looked like you had your hand raised. I'm gonna let Toya go. We do have a clip we want to play in a minute too. So
I was just gonna say that in certain situations where the women have to feel safe enough to be in a position to let him handle everything and take care of all the decisions and stuff like that, you got to also factor in I don't know if it's a small percentage, but I think it's like 1 in 4, I believe. 1 in 4 women actually fall victim to the hands of abuse at these men that's in power in their relationships. Most of the time, most of these women in these situations are reliant on the men 100% financially, everything. So in a situation,
but they seek out those men. I hate when they use the excuse of rich men abuse us when you literally seek out the rich men. If you know the information ahead of time, why do you constantly reject average men then? Why do you constantly reject average men for rich men if you're going to use the excuse of abuse? Like, come on, man. That should be, oh my God. This is crazy.
Like that, how do you compare?
Pretty, being that you up with the computer, I'm going to trust that you can grab those numbers for me, because that was a pretty wild accusation just now. We heard 1 in 4.
I'll get the numbers for you. Hold 1 second.
Wait, I'm sorry. What was the stat?
I said I believe it's 1 in 4 women have at least fall some kind of victim to domestic violence. So,
all right. I was hoping True would talk, but maybe a different clip. Listening to this clip made me a little bit dumber, because there's no argument. Everything Mont said was right. But I hate when women argue against men providing, but at the same time, they want a man to provide. It's as if they want a man to provide, but say nothing, have no control, not tell them, not correct them, not hold them accountable. Like, just pay my bills and shut up. Like, which man is going to do that? No man is going to do that. Anyway, let's keep cooking. Let's go. Guys, like the video. Support your boy. Appreciate that. We're going to go to academics crashing out. I think this is the first time I'm going to be, well, it's a clip from Anton Daniels, but
Starts off with academics.
Girls are saying they're looking for a nigga to lead. Yo, let me tell you this. Women only, when a woman says she's looking for a man that God could lead them, she looking for a nigga with no self-esteem. Straight up. A nigga who could tolerate the fact that, yo, pull like this. The girls that be doing this, imagine this, chat. The girls who did this done had trains ran on them, did threesomes, one night stands. They done ate niggas' asses. They got peed on. Bitches was trying to go to Dubai, getting a nice turd on they. They've done all the things in the world. They get with you. They put the Bible in front of you and say, y'all need to get serious before she can fuck you. Come on, man. Cut it out, man. Nobody want to hear that shit. Y'all bitches is hoes. Stop playing. The nigga who bought this bullshit that she's selling, she switched up her whole personality. She fucked every nigga the first night but you. She fucked every nigga the first night but you. Talking about God is helping her pick now. God is helping her pick. By the time you done fuck her, niggas like throwing a fucking hot dog down a hallway. Ain't nothing there.
So,
facts.
I told y'all in the beginning of the show that y'all want to start bad or good. So we navigated into it. We navigated into it. But don't despair. Anton has a question. Axe says, never talk to a woman that has evolved and changed her life.
Never.
True, not true, partially true. Context needs to be added. I'm going to start with Hannah. And then I'm going to put the poll in the chat to understand whether or not.
I mean, I need some context. Like,
she took a trip to India.
Are we going from
Hold on. Y'all got y'all opportunity to talk after Hannah. Hannah, go ahead, Hannah.
Like, what are we going from? Like, what are changed her life in what way? Like, what?
She's not a whore anymore.
Just we're talking about hoes.
Hannah, for the sake of conversation, you don't know, right? The guys don't know. All he knows is that the woman showed up and she said, "You know what? I'm celibate now," or "I am, I have higher standards now," or "I've given my life over to God, and so the next man that I'm going to get with you is going to have to be of a higher standard than what and I'm looking for something different." Should a man ever consider or trust that type of woman?
I don't think it's genuine anymore these days. I feel like everybody who says they're changed and they are going to church and reading their Bible more and praying and posting scripture, from what I see these days, most of them don't live that lifestyle. Some people, they might be doing it authentically, but I don't think a lot of people are these days. So I would choose it if I was a man.
All right, poll is in the chat.
I honestly don't have an issue with a woman who was in the streets and turning to Jesus. Usually it's age 30, age 35. That's when they turn to Jesus for some weird reason. It's that time. I don't know. I don't have an issue with that. The issue I have is when they try to make the good guy wait for marriage. And usually even when they have kids, they didn't make the baby daddies wait. But then when they find Jesus, now they say, Jesus told me to wait till marriage to have sex. So you, the good guy, you're going to have to wait around. That's the only issue I have.
I want to go to T-Max, and then I'm going to open it up to everybody else. I'm bringing Destiny back up.
So, man, I say most people, like Hannah said, most people aren't living that lifestyle. And people are using that, religion or Christianity to actually manipulate folks. So when they act in a certain kind of way and they're carrying on, making you believe that this is the way that they are, behind the scenes, they're doing something totally different. So you got to watch them kind of folks.
Yeah, I think I want to piggyback off of that. Anton mentioned the word celibacy, and I just want to tell y'all, in my opinion, I think a woman that goes celibate is a whore. And the reason
I can't believe I'm gonna agree with Darlene. I never agree with Darlene. Oh my God, is this Darlene?
why I say that, because you don't decide you want to become celibate unless you're tired of getting fogged and getting nothing in return. And you've been fucked, flipped, dipped, rubbed down, robbed, left, cheated on, left at the clinic,
slap it up, flip it,
Tied up.
and your ass,
Tied up.
your ass is left wet.
There
and
you
the
go.
do bills on the table, you say, I'm tired of my ass being wet and my bills being passed due. I'm gonna turn my life to Jesus. And I want a man that is godly so he can keep his ass in the house and keep it dry in the name of Jesus.
And then see, and y'all still not keeping it dry even when y'all celibate. Y'all gonna rose the pussy off. You know what I'm saying? Like so.
No, I'm saying like women purposely try to say and to TK, I think I'm saying his name right, T-Max. His point, it's like you lead with the term God and Christianity because you know people are too reluctant or too skeptical to critique or to criticize what your preference is or what you're looking for, because no one would question the love of God or God did this or God did this. So I say, you hear a woman talking about I changed my life, you only need to change your life if you are living a life that is God awful and you had to change. Otherwise, you're practicing better behavior to improve your life. So stay away.
I mean, I gotta give it to Darlene. I can't believe it. I can't believe I have to agree with Darlene. Oh my God, this is a new Darlene. I've never met this Darlene because I always 99.999999% disagree with everything she says. But I'm glad it's a woman saying it. She's telling men, if you meet a woman who's now a changed woman, I found God, that should tell you whatever she was doing in the past was crazy. So it's up to you. I would rather find a woman who's the way she is rather than I've changed, because if she has changed, that means whatever she was doing wasn't good, which means she can always go back. She can always revert to whatever she was doing back in the day. And always, for some reason, like I said before, their standards seem to get even higher for the good guy. The standards just become more crazy. And then they use God when it benefits them. The women who run to church and run to Jesus, they pick and choose the parts of the Bible they want to use against men.
That's why I roll my eyes. That's why I roll my eyes. These people that get on Pop the Balloon Show, somebody looking for a God-fearing man. Why y'all not in the church? And furthermore, why y'all moving to a whole nother state to look for love? And y'all not able to find love in y'all
It's
state?
an act. It's an act.
So stupid.
They're whores.
So stupid. The godly men ain't in the church.
So let me-
They definitely not gonna pop the balloon.
You want a godly man, but you want a godly man, but it's porn up in your bookmarks. You got a dildo in your nice.
No.
What is we talking
Popping your
about?
balloon based off of what
What are we
you got.
talking about?
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Go ahead, Shampoo.
I just want to say I'm kind of disappointed in y'all because I always consider y'all, not all y'all, but a lot of Christians. I hear a lot of Christian talk, and to see a young lady saying that she's changing her life, why do you automatically don't believe her? Maybe she could be changing. You the unlucky guy. You know what I'm saying? Because most men like a devil woman. You know what I'm saying? So when she said I'm cleaned up, I'm not doing that anymore.
So you taking a street girl and turning her into a housewife?
No. I'm saying, wait. I'm saying Act said that she said, I'm changing my life around. I'm not doing what I've done before. Isn't that noble as a Christian? Y'all are Christian. I'm not.
Yeah, she can change all she wants. Doesn't mean that men should accept her.
But I know that's a Christian thing to say. Why are you anticipating or insinuating that it's not real?
Pattern recognition. Pattern recognition.
Yeah, he also alluded to the fact that
You can't turn a hoe into
maybe just talking.
so he also alluded to the fact that this was something that she's doing because she's trying to find a simpish type of dude. slightly, I agree with that. But one thing my homegirl said to me a while back was, she said, a woman's last stand that was really out here running the streets is she becomes a Christian.
God.
She
Like
becomes a
somebody in
Christian.
prison. Like
So,
somebody in prison.
right, and the whole thing about it is, like the sis was saying, you tired. You tired of getting that thing beat out the frame. That's all you've been able to offer. I go back to the first video. Why these women have said they have nothing to offer a man? Because there was nothing else there to give but that box.
And why would you think God wants to talk to you when you down in the goddamn dumps? When you was high on the hog, you ain't want to talk to me.
And
I'm
then-
talking like I'm God. When you was high on the hog, you ain't want to talk to me. Now that you all cracked the fuck out and you don't want to smoke crack no more, you gonna ask me to help you? Fuck
That's
you.
essentially what
Yeah.
that's essentially what women in modernity. That's the deal that a lot of women are offering men. They're like, oh yeah, I had my whole phase. There's literally a term for it. I had my whole phase, and now I'm ready to settle down with a responsible.
crazy.
Are you crazy?
But this
Like,
is my point.
What?
If I can interject, this is my point though. Nothing is wrong with trying to reroute your life and do something different.
Yeah, if you had a whole
Actions
phase,
show-
yes.
No. Actions show more than words.
You ain't gonna
Just
get me with
do
that shit.
it.
Nah.
Just do it.
about it. Why you
Just
gotta
do
talk
it, and people will see the fruits of your labor. People will
If
see
a
the
nigga
fruits.
had your legs behind your head, I don't want you.
But let's hear
Nobody
what
wants
Mimi
to
says.
ask
What?
She says
What are you
something
talking
cool.
about? What are you talking about?
I'm just telling you what every man is thinking in the back of his head. I'm telling you what every man is thinking in the back of his head.
But most of these
We know
women
it
have
happened,
been
but if
with
we
men.
know, if we know it in reality, it's gonna turn us
So
off.
let me
That's so
tell you why
unrealistic.
watch is wrong.
No, it's not.
So unrealistic.
It's about as unrealistic as.
Let me tell you
Y'all
why
trying
watch
to
is
talk to with them dirty fingernails, trying to get
Let me
somebody
let me tell you.
She
Let me tell you why
ain't
watch
letting
is
up on them
wrong.
dirty fingernails,
Let me
babe.
tell you why watch is
I don't have
wrong.
no. I don't. My
Everybody, every guy is not.
True, I disagree. With her, I think she says she's a Puerto Rican or something. With that straight hair and that light skin, some men are going. And I'm not going because she has that New York masculinity. So I'm not going for Mimi, but men are definitely going. She wouldn't be talking like that if men are not going.
Thinking that because every guy don't know.
I don't think that.
That's the whole idea is that they don't know no better. It's a lot of guys. Man, listen, these chicks, they get retired all the time, bro. Look, it's always gonna be another guy. It's always gonna be another guy. Always. 100% of the time. So you may know, or you may pay attention. And I'm trying to tell you that it's a lot of guys that's not, man, I can't tell you how many guys is openly jumping on the internet today and saying, man, listen, I know she got 4 kids, but I love her. I can't tell you how many review videos that people send me that say, man, I'm brokenhearted because I raised him as my own. And when we finally broke up, I don't have access to him because that ain't my kid. And he's still mourning over the kid that he raised that was never his in the first place. It happens every single day. Every day there's a guy somewhere that is making a informed decision to do something that he wouldn't have normally done had he
of course When
information. And
you
I'm not,
with somebody, you don't care how many kids they got. You love
and
them.
here's the thing, I'm not even tripping off of that. I'm not even tripping off of that because if you get got, nigga, that's a learning experience, or you just chalk it up to the game. If she able to finesse you, you should have been paying attention. You should have, put your big boy pants on. You just gonna.
Why do you think it's finesse?
Like everybody else.
Finesse.
Unfortunately, and this is why I always tell. So I see some guys for example, I may post a video and then I go to the comments, and some guys are like, "No one wants her. She's a single mom," things like that. And guys, you will just because you don't want her. There's plenty of men who want single moms. There's plenty of men who get no play, or plenty of men who are really driven by sex, or plenty of men who are driven by the big booty. I'm telling you. And the man will be like, okay, I know she has 5 kids, but man, every time I look at that ass, I just can't help it. Unfortunately, the reason why single moms are out here having the same kind of standards as the women without kids is because they have men in their inbox. I'm telling you. So yes, true. I agree. Men they should raise their standards, but how are they going to raise their standards if they're also raised by single moms? How is that going to work? It's never going to work. It's just a cycle. It's just going to be the same thing. So I'm telling you, the reason why most of these women speak the way they speak is because they have men who want them. Now, maybe those are not the type of men they want, but the fact that they know there's a man who wants them, that's enough for them to talk their shit.
Raising another man's orgasm.
Most of these women have been recycled because some man has not made her an honest woman. So can we just say that as a
I
fact?
don't believe in that. Honest woman. What does honest woman mean?
How many of
And
these
did not
men
marry the woman that they had kids with?
and they
Like,
weren't
come on,
married
let's
to
be
the
for
woman
real,
that they
man.
had kids with?
Y'all are
Let's be
creating women
honest.
that y'all are talking down on. Like,
Those are the same non-traditional women that want tradition.
I'm sorry, I gotta
I'll
drop
say
down to
this.
come back.
I'll say this. I'm a believer. I'm a Christian. I believe in redemption. I believe in deliverance. I believe Jesus saves. I believe Jesus heals you. I think he can make your life brand new. What I've seen in these situations is that, and a lot of times when people say those things like, oh, I'm changed, I'm celibate, and you're going to have to do those things in the example of the clip that we watched, most of that stuff is just for talk. But but let me give you the other side of that reality too. I used to tell this a lot of times. I say men will marry an honest stripper versus a lying regular woman. If you are honest about who you are and about what you did in your past and everything like that, man, guys marry adult film stars. Guys will marry a girl that they know all these things about. It's about how the level of honesty and transparency that you're willing to be. You can't.
No. Hold on. Doc, I've been with you all night, but I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that, bro. Let me tell you something, bro.
What's the manosphere? What is that?
Nigga,
you know.
I'm talking to a Christian doctor right now. Let me revise my statement. If you knew, nigga, if she could break your heart. If you knew what the fuck was going on, you don't want to know. You really don't want to know, nigga. I know we leaning into the honesty. He'll marry an honest. No. Nigga, she'll have you bent up in the corner, crying your eyes out.
Either position.
If you knew what they could break your heart. In time,
because if he go for
it's different.
So I know that's
different. It's
hold on,
different.
y'all. Hold on.
No, the issue is men are not taught how to. Most men, I'm gonna be honest, most men learn a good woman from a bad woman through bad experiences. Because we don't have fathers and uncles teaching us that anymore. Now, it used to be maybe 30, 40 years ago, uncles and dads would teach us that. But these days, nobody teaches young men these things. Social media is not even making it any better. The only good thing about social media is that the women are now, using it to expose their mindsets so the young men can see, okay, this woman is asking for $1 million. She's crazy. Or the women are bragging about going to Dubai and get cheated on. So the young men can be like, okay, I'm going to stay away from that. But either way, only a man who has experience with women, an older man, can teach a young man how to choose women. Apart from that, men usually just learn from their mistakes, their experience with women. But by then, the man has couple kids, keep kids later. He's a baby daddy. He's on child support. He's in a divorce, and it's too late by then.
I know that y'all saying that. Yeah, I want to know. You don't want to know, dog. Ignorance is probably one of the most beautiful things that you could ever. If you already committed to her, nigga, just chalk it up to the game and just act like she's the best thing that ever happened to you. I don't believe that.
That's what I said earlier.
All. So, bro, somebody got pictures and a video of her.
Well, somebody got pictures of the regular chicks, Tom.
Hold on.
Somebody got
all fucked up.
Somebody got pictures.
That's a good thing, though.
Hold on.
Hidden file.
Somebody got pictures of her, and he laying on her face backwards.
And he in there with 2 other dudes.
I'm just
I don't think you should lie though. You can't have a
I'm telling you that somebody.
I'm trying to figure out what position that is.
And he's there with Diddy because he's gay.
Sounds like fun.
Somebody was making her. Listen. Yeah.
But to Doc's point though, Anton,
I'm just saying.
what he's saying is true because we see it lived out regularly. Like this is why a lot of porn stars are getting in relationships that people are committing to, because guess what? The sting is removed. It's different when you walk around in a city with a girl that has presented herself in a certain light, and you catch up with a dude in the barbershop and he's like, hey man, I dropped my phone. Can you hand me that? And you look at the phone screen and like, oh, that's a different blow versus what you already know when you getting into something. You can handle the hit you see coming.
No, you can't.
It's the hit you don't see coming that normally knock your block off.
No, you can't.
No, it's not all women. That you're missing the point, Mimi. It's not that it's all women. It's the fact that the hit you see coming, you can handle it. It's the hit you don't see.
You can handle hitting a girl that somebody else hit. You let that nigga Terry bone, right? You can deal with that. You can't handle the girl that you in love with.
Being a stripper.
Bro, you
cheat on the girl.
I think you have to be transparent. Like you can't lie to
bro,
me.
listen. If you have no idea how nasty she is, she will do anything, and you just ain't unlocked her. You just don't know yet. I'm trying to tell you. People
But you say the two dynamic, but it's a different side you're talking about. You're talking about the one that's presenting herself, and he literally highlighted the known factor, the known porn star. You know what's coming.
No, D, he talking about your regular girl.
If y'all listen,
that's what I'm saying though. But Doc clearly talked about the porn star.
Y'all bad. Some woman hurt y'all really, really bad.
Hold on. 99% of these girls out here are not
99. Anton, here we go.
You ain't even heard what I'm about to say yet.
No, 99 ain't
You
never
didn't hear what I'm about to say yet.
Bro.
You didn't even hear what I'm about to say yet.
She's always going off. Like that New York energy is crazy. It's just
99% of all women are not going to only have sex with one man in their lifetime.
That's true.
What's that again?
99% of all women will not have sex with just one man
in
their lifetime.
Oh my God, 99%.
99, more than 99% of most women will not have sex with one man in their entire lifetime. That is a rarity, right? So in that case, you have the unicorn that only you know. The rest of these women have been with another man at some point in their life. If they got divorced and got remarried, whatever. If the girl that you're with that has been with another man tell you what she did with that nigga, I'll do you one better. If she tell you, I ain't never did this before, this is wild, nigga, she lying. She's done worse, more.
Train,
never tell.
Choo-choo.
Everything. And what I'm trying to tell you is that the girl that you're in love with told you the honest to God truth, not the chick that you seen on the screen and you was like, oh man, I'm in love with her. Not that chick.
Okay.
If the girl that you in love with and you land with every night, if she told you what her real life was,
no, not mine.
You would throw up. You would curl up in the corner.
But that's what I literally that's what I was highlighting. I literally said if they hit you don't
women
see.
would do the same. Y'all is nasty as hell. I don't know why y'all think that y'all are out here just, one girl in it at a time. Y'all be
most men don't get no ass.
You do, watch. You do. We're not talking about you.
I do get ass. You're right, I do. But I'm saying most men don't.
We're not talking about you and your dirty fingernails. We're talking about Anton, his manicured, T-Chin face and hair and all of that. Okay. You don't, but most women are not. You men are nasty. You men are nasty. Y'all up here talking about women.
Yeah, but women love nasty men. If it wasn't the case, women wouldn't be seeking out men who are virgins the same way men seek out women who are virgins. Men love nasty women who are nasty with only them. But a woman loves to know that the man has done this and ABCD with multiple women, which means there's a high chance he's gonna please her in bed. If the moment she finds out you're a virgin, you've never done ABCD, first of all, how are you gonna make a move on her if you're a virgin? She's gonna get turned off right away. So yes, men are nasty, but that's because women like it. But on the reverse, men like women who are nasty just for them, not for multiple men.
But you know from experience. Tell us about all the nasty men.
I don't know where we're going with this, but
No,
definitely not talking about me. I ain't no nasty
we
nigga.
We heard you. Go ahead, be awesome.
but I don't know where we're going with that. But like I was saying though, to Doc's point, Doc was literally pointing out the fact that the man that knows what's coming, he knows but your point, you're absolutely right, Anton.
You don't know what's coming.
Hold on, Anton. Hold on, I got you. But the point that you made was the guy that didn't know. But that's what we was highlighting. It was like
nobody knows. Nobody knows, bro.
Nah, Doc
even
was
if you
saying
know,
that
you don't
the
know
stripper
because
up front.
bro, you have not seen
the
it.
upfront stripper. You know what comes that high. You don't know the full on details, but you already know what she is.
Example, bro. Most people.
But that's what Doc said, though. Anton.
Most people are not with porn stars. Most people are with somebody that they met in passing,
right?
Or they went to college with, or they was walking down the street and they met her at a bar, or she was at the grocery store.
Right, and he can't stomach that hit. He can't stomach that. He can't take that because that's not what was presented to him. What was presented to you, like I said to Doc's point, what's presented to him is this is what she is.
No, and if she presented that, we would have automatically designated her as a hoe, and she would have never even been in contention to be a wife in the first.
That's what I said from the beginning.
She would have never passed the threshold for considering her to be a
most
love.
men ain't
You know
out here
what you would have did? You know what you would have did? You would have
known to them.
talked to her completely different. If you knew that Terry Bone, when she came over, you would have been like, you would have been like, you would have been trying to fuck on the first night instead of trying to take her out to get to know her.
Right. Me.
But you would not have
then the guy behind me would have loved her.
You would not have fell in love, is my point.
The guy behind me would have loved her.
But he don't know no better, is my point. The only reason he would love her, only reason he would love her,
Mimi got her own conversation.
Don't know no better, because when you know better, you do better by default. That's just who we are.
Yeah, but we cannot act as if some men, even if they know a woman's past, they're not going. So let's not get carried away, guys. Otherwise, strippers, former sex workers, OnlyFans, women, they wouldn't be getting married and in relationships just because men know. Men know, but some men are going. Now, either because the woman really looks good, because I think that's something we don't talk about enough, that just because a woman is a former sex worker, stripper, porn star, some men are going because she looks that good. That's the fact. Or because the friend had her and he's trying to have her too. So there are many reasons why men still choose those women. So the man will literally choose a stripper over a woman who goes to church every single Sunday for whatever reason. So some men are still choosing them.
I feel like a lot of hoes are getting wiped these days.
Fact.
Most,
I just say
they are.
Because of most
by NBA, NFL, Richmond, like
Yes, because they were raised by their mothers.
Wait, y'all don't know who Terry is in the chat?
No.
No, I'm wondering who Terry
never heard
is.
of that shit before.
No.
One of his exes.
I never heard him.
So Terry, isn't Terry the story that Kevin Hart found out about? One of his boys went to the swinger club and
No. It's from The Wood.
From The what?
Oh, The Wood.
It's from the movie The Wood.
The Wood.
I never
If most of the cast has waves, I ain't watching that shit, man.
Oh my God, I'm taking every last one of y'all black cards. Y'all ain't
I
never
watched
I
this.
know The
You
Wood.
said
Daddy
Terry.
Forward. I don't remember Terry. Terry was the girl that was getting the
yeah, but you ain't say it the right way though, Anton.
Say this.
You know you're supposed to say
You talking about best man. You talking about best man. That's what I think.
No, it's from The Wood.
Okay.
The wood. It's from the wood. It's from the wood.
Best man example is the one that kind of fits more. Like when the guy was under the impression that he was marrying a virgin, and then on his wedding day he has to hear about her being with
Tell that
his
nigga shut up,
friend.
Mimi.
That's the time that kind of
And
plays.
then
out.
Like Ghost. You looking at a mannequin.
That's why
Look at me, you looking at a mannequin.
Buddy wrote a whole book about it and then gifted it to him.
That's cool about the story with Terry.
Who was Terry in the wood for real?
But
the pussy part.
Pussy part. I remember that.
Yeah, never.
Yeah.
You know, we can make love.
I'm not ready.
Oh,
Not
she was
ready.
a no.
How long we been going together? A week and a half. Oh, there. That's not the same
Let
girl.
me fast forward it.
First of all, I know you don't love me, so don't say make love.
Well, it sounds better than bone, right?
You want me to let you put
Why not finish?
what? You don't think I'm gonna give it up after 1 week? You must think I'm a hoe.
What? Why you fronting? Let that nigga Terry bone.
That's what I said. See?
Terry bone.
I told you.
He got a
That's what I
champion
said.
jersey.
That's what they told you.
He got a champion.
You said it too cool. That's what I said. You
He
ain't
got a
say you ain't
champion
Terry
jersey
bone.
though. That's not even a real jersey.
You said it too cool, Anton. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that
point is,
you had
I
to
was
really
giving
be
you
a fan to
that.
know that.
Now you know what I'm
I may have to
referencing. You
check
let
out
that
the
nigga
movie.
Terry.
Right.
I got you.
I know this might be like, I guess you can say unpolitically correct, but guys in 2026 are knowing that they girl was with another partner, and I've seen guys try to have an intervention and say, hey man, don't get with her. She was with your line brother and all this. I've seen that. And guys will still look and
Oh, yeah, they don't care.
be like, I don't care. Now, I'm telling you, like a
They
guy.
got guys that'll fuck a girl with AIDS.
They shouldn't care.
Oh yeah.
I don't
Oh yeah.
know
Did
about
you guys see that? There's I think sometime last year, like last summer, there was a girl who said she had HIV, but she was a very beautiful woman. But she said she got HIV, and then later she made a video saying men were literally in her inbox saying they don't care if she has HIV. She's gorgeous. They're willing to go. Like some guys are going, man. I don't know for what reason. I mean, I don't want to judge, but some guys are going. So imagine men going for a woman who just says she has HIV. You think men are not going for a stripper, a former sex worker? They are all going. And I'm not even judging. I'm just saying that's who men are, unfortunately. For all the shit we talked about women, some guys got no standards. They are going. Anyway. Shout out to Anton Daniels. This was crazy. Shout out to you guys watching. Please like the video, man. Like the video, like the live stream. Okay. We need the likes up. Support your boy, like the live stream. I got more videos for you guys, so don't go away. Hold on. All right. Let's go back to Lapif. Maybe in this video, True did speak. We'll see. Let's see.
But I'm gonna be honest. We keep it honest on here. I think that's what me and Cinnamon going through right now. I think Cinnamon, she want a job like for no reason. I've been taking care of her since I was 24. She was 19, going on 20. Everything, and that's the type of man I am. But it's something that her that keep on. It's 10 years, 12 years.
You know what it
every
is?
bill, every whole like everything. I take care of everything. That's the type of man I want to be.
You know what it is though?
What?
Not to even cut you off. Is the issue with that is the same way we think. We come from the trenches. So regardless of how successful we still out there pushing hard every day. We still out there doing podcasts. We creating content. We making money doing this. Why? Because I don't ever want to go back to that nigga.
Yeah.
When I was 12 years old and I couldn't buy them Jordans. 12 years old and I couldn't do this. So I want to make sure that regardless of what's going on, I'll be able to take care of me.
Yeah, and I look at it more so like I have a 7-month-old son.
Right.
Like anything, God forbid, anything happens, I need to make sure my son is good. So, like you said, survival mode.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'll be in. Like, yeah, I'm very appreciative and all that, like what you do, but I want to make sure I have it on my own.
Absolutely. And that's something when you become a mother, I don't know, it's just something that kind of just clicks.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I'm sure you're doing a great job and have been. But like she said, she got a little baby to care after. So it's like, I want to make sure that things are good and smooth sailing for me and the family. I won't just say sin and the baby, but for everybody.
Say it's my son too. I
know that's my son.
No, you're not. No.
But for everybody, it kind of makes you want to be like, dang, I want to be a part of this. I want to put something on the table. She doesn't have to, but she wants to. And I don't see anything wrong with that.
There ain't really nothing wrong with it.
Except when you start stepping on our ability to do that for you, because that's our job. Man, we need a mission. So if your ass is super independent, super self-sufficient, then we get the question of what our role is.
So hear me out. We need a mission as well. We don't want to just be doing laundry and cooking spaghetti.
Or just say,
but here's the thing: your ass not just doing laundry and doing that.
That's what I was doing.
Your ass is raising our kid. Your ass is setting the tone for the house. Your ass is supporting me to be able to go out there and do what I need to do. Like, your role is pivotal. And I think that women don't understand how pivotal of a role that they can serve without having to go out there and goddamn hunt for food and hunt for goddamn survival. We doing that. So it's like, I need you to be, I don't want to say content, but I need you to feel fulfilled in what it is that you provide. We are equally important in this relationship, but we serve different roles.
so what should the woman bring to the table?
Woman should bring support. Woman should bring counsel. Woman should bring encouragement. Woman should bring inspiration. Like, when I wake up next to you every day and I get out that bed, you ain't going to work, I am. But I need to roll over and look at you and get inspiration to go out there and conquer the fucking world.
You know what it is, bro? I need the 3 bubbles on my head again. I think, Cinnamon, I think you accidentally crushed my ego. Let me just tell you why. Because I took pride, and I take pride in being able to tell. Like, one day we were just sitting down, I said, baby, you ain't worked. You ain't have to pay for a bill or nothing since 2016. Like, and I'm saying it proudly.
Grown man shit.
Like, I'm like, everything. I'm like, you got cars, the houses. Like, I did that. Cinnamon said, why are you throwing it in my face?
Okay.
I mean, even the way she looks, she just looks like she doesn't appreciate him. She looks like she's so used to him providing that she doesn't understand how much effort he puts into providing. And that's why some men are saying, fuck providing 100%. Let's go 50-50.
No, for real. No. But I don't think you know what you listen. Can
She's being defensive.
Go ahead.
Let my man finish. He in his bag. Go ahead.
He's opening up because women are always saying men don't want to open up. But the moment the man opens up, they become defensive.
He cooking right now. Go ahead, bro.
And when you said that, I had to say, no, I'm not shitting on you, because as a man, I felt good, that's my purpose. I felt like, and I think we start bumping heads a lot because you said it again, like, why are you throwing stuff on my face? Like, yeah, I don't know. I just think we bumping heads now because you taking what I did and what I can stand on, and when I can sit in these cameras and say, I provided for my fiance the last 12 years. I think we bumping heads right now. I don't think you appreciate that. I think you think I'm shitting on you, and I think you so good.
She doesn't
in a rush to show me you can do something on your own, or you don't need me to do that. I think that's where the job stuff coming in at, and I think that's what's going on right now.
When in reality, all bro doing is providing reassurance. For one, if you couldn't do those things, I wouldn't be with you. It's put shit on the table, right? Because we got kids, we got family, we got businesses, we got all of these things. So if something happened to me, this is how men think, and this is how, like, a lot of women don't understand.
It appears that women sometimes feel like they lose their validity or purpose when that happens. What's your thoughts?
I think a lot of times when let me make sure I got you correct. When what happens?
When you see how, like, this situation they were talking about, when he was saying that he wanted to he was happy that he was able to make her not have to work, but she still felt the need to work. And he said homes, cars, meaning they were very comfortable. If you have multiple homes, you're probably kind of comfortable and you don't need to work, but she still felt like she wanted to work. He also mentioned that she's doing it for no reason at this point. So I wonder, why do you think that is?
I think women still want to have their own identity outside of that man, their men, right?
Okay, so then why be in a relationship if you're trying to be independent? Why are you trying to act single when you're in a relationship? What's the point? If you're trying to really work, let's go 50-50, but then she doesn't want to go 50-50. This shit is annoying.
That's why she wants to work.
Is she going to provide?
I think that a lot of times, okay, let's say him, for example, I'm sure he can obviously, because he don't want her to work, because he's saying, me, I got this, you know. But Willie also made a good point too, that he said that he thought it was a great idea for his woman, a man's goal, I don't know his exact words, but being able to provide for her. But I think women just want their own identities outside of their man. Like, we have identities before we came together. Whether we were business owners.
Okay, but now we came together. So why are you trying to act single?
Whether we are, whatever we are prior to us getting together and building a relationship, I think women want to still be able to keep that. And I think a lot of times women may lose that solely focusing on a man's career or just focusing on what he wants to do as opposed to what the woman wants to do. So she loses her identity, or could lose her identity because of it. But yeah.
So Jay, do you think that motherhood / homemaker is enough?
I think to Lakeisha's point, yeah, people do lose their identity in the roles that they play. And I think that's either men or women. You know, I have 5 daughters. I raised my daughters. I stayed a portion at home, you know, caring for them. And then it's easy if you're in the household to get lost in all the roles that you play. And then you forget sometimes to focus on yourself, right? But I think that the same thing, men go through the same thing. They are the provider. They have to, or I'll say so-called, right? These roles, they're a provider. They're supposed to make sure they take care of the home. And we're talking about, you know, marriage or family dynamics. And then it's easy for people to lose their identity in what they actually have to do. But I think,
but the difference is men don't complain about it because they're doing their duty. They're doing their responsibility. It's not about them anymore. They have someone else in the relationship that they have to take care of. But it's always women who complain. So they get a provider who's providing, meaning they don't have to work. And then they say, I don't want to stay home to cook anymore. I want to go work. But even if I want to go work, I still want you to provide. Now, men are faced with the fact that they're paying all the bills. Nobody at home to take care of the kids. Nobody at home to clean the house. Because now, since you're a provider and they're also working, they're going to expect you to pay somebody to come and clean the house. And then they're going to expect you to pay somebody to come and cook for the house. Like, what? So why should a man provide 100%? Because then as soon as a man says, let's go 50-50, and then they don't want that either.
that a lot of times we talk about everybody wants like a person that is going to be there to support them, to see them where they are, to love them, to nurture them, right? Men or women, we all have, sometimes a man may take a lead in an area, and sometimes a woman may take the lead. It's necessary. And I think that we're looking for this person, but that person has to be healed and whole, right? Or healing. We can't, we expect this provider from a man who isn't capable, because maybe their mindset isn't that. We have different characteristics. Some people want to stay home and care for their children and be home in that dynamic. And some women don't want to be home. So I feel like we make it seem like there's like an A and B, and there's not just an A and B box.
Good enough. True, go ahead.
Here comes True.
Yeah, I think that some of these conversations develop because, as you can tell, we have a lot of different perspectives, right? And what stood out to me the most was what Lakeisha said about the loss of identity, which I typically, not to pick on you at all, it's just something you stated. I hear that a lot from women. And I think that that's sometimes a disparity that we're having. I personally don't understand what that means. I've only ever been a man, and then developing a relationship. I was never concerned about my loss of identity in the development of the relationship. What it sounds like to me a lot of times is that what Trill even said in the video, women operate a lot in fear. So for whatever reason, and this is my opinion, there's something going on to where young ladies are not instructed that they're kind of like individual entities that are to be acquired. The whole point of a relationship from a man to a woman is acquisition. That's the whole point. So what you have is supposed to be acquired. That's how it's looked at least in the mind of most men, right? And I think sometimes that's where we're having this clash occur, because lives are being developed, babies are being born that aren't mine, connections are being made that I had nothing to do with. And now you have all this life, great, but then I'm still looking to acquire you. How do we do that successfully? Lots of conversations, lots of healing, like Jay has been saying, but I think that people romanticize this and don't really have the tools to do it effectively, because again, I personally don't know any men that is trying to change a woman's identity. I think we embrace who you guys are when we meet you. Now learning how to develop and maximize your skills, talents, whatever it may be, care for you, love for you, look out for you in this relationship is what we're looking to do. And there seems to be this like reluctance of, well, don't try to change my identity. The reality is, if you live long enough as an adult, 25, 30 years plus, every development in life is going to require a change. So if you went from some point in a company to maybe running a department, if you went from entry level to, C-suite, internship to whatever, the idea of you not changing is blasphemous. You're going to change. And if you're not.
True was cooking, man. True was cooking. And that's what I said, man. They want to act single, but in a relationship. Meaning once a woman, well, not all women, obviously, but I'm saying majority of women, is since feminism, now they don't want a man to really like build a family. They want a man who plays a certain role in their life. Once they are sure the man is playing that role, galvanized in stone, especially after marriage. Okay, he's the provider. We have signed the dotted lines. It's a contract. The government is involved. We're in a marriage. I'm very sure he's going to provide. And he knows if he tries to stop providing, I'll just take him to divorce court, and then he won't like the outcomes. Once they know they got a man by the balls, then now they want to act single. Because I'm telling you, before the marriage, during the relationship phase, they never talk about, oh my God, I want to be independent. I want to act single. No, they want to be with you. They want to see you, make time for me. I want to be all over you. I want to do things for you. But usually the switch comes after marriage. And shout out to Coach Greg Adams. He talks about the marriage wheel. Once the marriage happens, they all want to change. And my point is, it's not something that just comes. It's the feminism that they've been feeding the whole time. So once they find a man who's providing the bills, because they know men don't just switch. No man pays 100% of the bills and then just wake up one morning and decide, I'm not going to pay bills anymore. That's why their roles can easily change, but a man's role is 100% always. They know men are very loyal to their responsibilities and their roles. So once they know the man is paying 100% of the bills, now they can say, oh my God, I want to go to work, because their role of cooking and cleaning and taking care of the home and the family can always change. And the man isn't going to do shit about it. So it's a bait and switch. Shout out to CGA. And it's crazy, man. Crazy. Anyway, shout out to Lapif. Let me see what I got. What else I have for you guys? Like the video. Let's go to Fadi real quick. Shout out to you guys who are watching. Mariam is right. The whole losing your identity is a feminist thing. I'm telling yes. Because how are you losing your identity if you're in a relationship? I thought the point of being in a relationship is two people come together, they join their heads together, whatever they're working on, investments, and try to forge a way forward for both of them, for the family. But they want to be single and independent in a relationship. Because they scream, I want to go back to work. I don't want to feel like a slave at home. But they don't want to provide. That's the thing. They want to make the money and save it.
I don't know very many women that can, strings attached, no emotions, have sex with a man the way a man can.
And that's the point. But that's the men's game. I think women know exactly what they into. If they like somebody, they will do anything and everything for the dude. If you like them more than they like you, they will not pour anything into you unless they actually are good people.
But that's my
women,
point.
unfortunately,
Just
are.
that if they like you, they'll do anything for the dude, right? So if the guy
if
is
they like you more
that's
than
my point.
if they
If the
like you
guy's
more
not
than the
single
dude,
and he's willing to string her along, he'll take her with him, right? And she'll be in the back of her mind hoping that one day he actually commits.
Sure. Right? So can you admit that woman putting men on the friend zone that wants to have sex with them and like them, is that manipulative?
It's less manipulative than a man putting a woman in a friend zone but then sleeping with her after.
Men don't have friend zones. Men have zones.
Okay, we'll call it what you want.
Woman have friend zones. I will keep you around and try to get attention, resources, and all these things. And men have fuck zones. I will use you for sex, and you don't get nothing other than that. Like our both of these situations manipulative.
But look at the language you're using. Let me know a woman that's okay with being used for sex, where a man goes.
They do it all the time.
I want to use you for sex. I don't know many women that are waking up saying, that are 13 years old watching the Disney movie saying, I hope one day I grow up and I get used for sex.
Sure, until the puberty hits, and now they're 21 in college, and now they want everybody that they like to use them for sex. That's what all they're good for. Like women are Jonathan. One thing that women are behaving as nasty as men at this point. They are sports fucking like us. If they find you attractive, they will fuck you and dump you on the next day. No remorse, no text back message, no. How did you? They was like woman. Actually, they like when we used to fuck women that we didn't care about. Women are starting to do that. I don't like.
Where does all that come from? All of that comes from social media of liking and thirst trapping, and the pornography. We're just shifting our morality as a species, right? And here I'm on the show right now trying to dial it back. Athena is also trying to dial it back, saying let's get away from this depravity. And whether Flo thinks you need to have religion or not, as he would say that you don't, it's just about we got to reclaim how to treat people. We got to reclaim how to choose and cherish people. Let them know that, you know what? Yeah, I love the intimacy, but I'm actually not into you, so I'm going to cut it off there. I'm not going to string you along. I think that's manipulative. But yes, women can be manipulative too. I will not argue that point.
Hey, Tina, do women care about morality? Most women?
The majority of women, I don't believe that they care about that. I've actually, with interviewing lots of women, like typically women don't care if a man is a virgin or if he, saved himself till marriage or any of that. Most women don't care. They don't really care about morality. They care about how they feel. And then the provision and protection and, other things. But yeah, I'd say the majority of women don't care about morality, like the man's morality.
I believe that you should match energy, right? Treat people well, they treat you well. I believe that you should treat O's well. If a O treats you well, nothing problematic by sending her some food, talking with her on the phone, like be nice to her. She'd be nice to you, even though she might not be marriage material or relationship material. If that woman is dope to you, be dope to her, right? I believe in that. But the thing is, Jonathan is trying to insert morality. I don't believe women care about morality. I believe women care about winners or losers. Are you tall or are you short? Do you have money or are you broke? Are you good in bed or not? Are you attractive or not? Women are very utilitarian when it comes to the use of men, right? So if women are pragmatic about what they like in you and how they're going to use you, why shouldn't I do the same? Most of y'all are buckets.
No, women only care about a man doing the right thing because they're talking about morality. But women only care about a man doing the right thing if that right thing benefits her. So, in other words, a woman doesn't want a man who beats her up, but she doesn't mind a man who beats up somebody for her. You feel me? That's why some men get into fights to protect women. But at the same time, if that man uses that same force on her, she doesn't like it. So they pick and choose when they want the morality, which I guess that's human nature, but they are really selfish. Like, they're really selfish.
Respect, like there's no incentive for me to go over the cordiality of like acquaintances other than actually have sex with you. So why should I be moral when I'm just playing the same game and being pragmatic about what you can do for you, what you can do for me? Like, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Why should I be nice to you? When I say nice, like, why should I pour into you? Why should I care about morality and what I'm doing to you? Is this God-like? Like, why should I care?
Because you want to hold your head high as a man. You want to look in the mirror and enjoy the reflection that you see.
I don't do is I look in the mirror and I don't enjoy the reflection because I'm fat, not because I feel bad about it. If I was in shape, I'll say, look at that man. I will do the Johnny Bravo.
Well, let me ask you this, though. Can you look at yourself in high regard, hold yourself in high regard, have a positive self-image of yourself when you go around treating women like cum buckets?
Sure, because because they're treating me like a firefighter. I pull along and I take my woo out. That's what they're doing to me too. Isn't sexual mutual?
Definitely, sex is mutual. It definitely should be mutual. But if you string a woman along and you don't lead her to the conclusion that this is going to be actually something that's committed with,
it's not my job. She didn't ask.
But I don't understand when people say you're stringing me along. What does that mean? You're an adult. You're not a kid. What do you mean I'm stringing you along? You can ask me the question, are we dating and are we in a relationship? Is it committed? And I can say yes or no. If I say anything apart from what you want to hear, then you have a choice to move on. What do you mean I'm stringing you along? What? That never makes sense. It's a stupid excuse.
He's not supposed to be. We're supposed to make him prove what he's saying before we give him what he's looking for. So the responsibility lies with us first.
It's both. I don't disagree, but I just think that both have to show up in that way, right?
He shows when you guys, most men, when they're dealing with a woman, they're going off of physical features. That's what's gravitating you there.
For sure.
Everything else is secondary. So she would have to prove that he should be thinking opposite of a lustful mind.
Yes, and if she gives her away before I invest in her, is her problem, not my problem. Hey, Jonathan, the leader conversation is not a threat for me. I'm not the leader of nobody. You got it, baby. You are a grown-up with desires and dreams and hopes.
For sure.
If you came at my house at 3 a.m. in the morning, you are not going to shame me with the stringing along because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, who promised you that? It's not my job as a man to fix a woman that probably been with 30 men before me. Not my job at all. If the woman is a virgin or very close to it, if the woman is a widow, if a woman is a woman that only have sex inside of marriages and relationships, the conversation change. I will say, you know what? This is your standard. I don't want to trick you to get some coochie, and now I trick you out of sex, but I don't give you the relationship. Most of these women are fucking you first and then figuring out if they like you enough to date you or not. They decided that the game was going to be played that way, so I'm playing the game. And no, I have no shame about that.
Yeah, because sex is not a big deal. We're men making sex a big deal. For women, sex is nothing. Women are more focused on the emotional connection. If men can understand,
no, they're not.
Women are more focused on emotional connection. Right?
The emotional connection is the sex.
The emotional connection to Ron. Have you ever saw a woman leave a man that fucks the shit out of her? Like, let's assume that man, every time they meet each other, that woman is going to get a glass of water. She put in her hand on the window, like, oh my God, I can't believe it. No, one second. These men can be the worst men in the planet. Have you ever saw a woman leave a man that satisfies every sexual need of a woman? Have you ever saw a woman says, nah, you f***ed the shit out of me, but I'm out. I don't like you anymore. Have you ever saw that?
No, I'm just saying, yes, I have. But remember,
you do?
No, but I'm just saying, look, check it out. It starts with the mind first. Woman starts with the mind first. That's what guys fail to realize. When you get the woman's mind first, then you get her body.
That's not true.
That's
I'll agree with that.
Not true.
See, even males agree with it. So
I disagree because honestly, when a woman says, that's why I don't believe in game when men talk about, oh, you didn't get it because you don't have game. No, bro. When a woman sees you, she has already made her mind up whether she's gonna fuck you or not. That's one thing. When you start talking and she finds out more about you, she can make her mind up whether she's gonna use you for money, she sees you as the boyfriend type, she sees you as the husband type. So they have already made these decisions before you try to spit game. So I don't think it's about reaching her mind, because she has already made her mind up about how she's gonna use you, whether she's gonna try to put you in a relationship category, she's gonna use you for food, she's just gonna use you as a fuck buddy. They've already made their minds up. So I don't believe a man can get to a woman's mind. They make up their own mind. They are human beings, they're adults, they can make up their own minds. You don't have to say nothing to convince her to do anything.
But man can understand that the woman mind first, then you can fuck her leg.
So it's not emotional. It's sexual.
The mind is emotional.
No. It's sexual. If I can make you wet by the way I treat you, right? Even though it might be, it's sexual. It's not that you are sending me philosopher quotes and trying to enlighten me. You're trying to get me some. I'm trying to get you wet.
You know, there's some women that don't even have an orgasm at all, right?
That's true.
Why is that? Because they're not emotionally connected to you.
Because their body works like that.
No, man.
Yes, some women's bodies work like that. That's true. Now, sometimes maybe the guy doesn't know what to do, but some women just have a hard time getting an orgasm because that's how their bodies just work like that. That's why some women use toys. If I don't care how good your dick is, some women just don't. It just doesn't work like that.
No. Hey, Ron. So, Ron, I came every time I got intercourse with the woman. For the most part, there's some accidents and all that, right? Is that an emotional thing they're doing to me, or this is just sex? No. Think about it. Think about it. It's like all of them are emotionally stimulating me and all that, or just sex?
Just men and women are not the same, Fatty.
Yes, they are. You know what's funny? We are literally the same. If you can get me on the state of ecstasy and me wanting to bite you and all that shit, you can get everything from me. If I can get you wet enough to the point where you crave every single moment of me, I can hustle you out of everything you have. Men and women are literally the same. They are very intelligent when they... Melanie, let me just say this, right? Women are extremely intelligent in 2025. 26. They have degrees, they have promotions, they have PhDs.
That's true.
Put a man that makes sweat in front of that woman, and she go boo, 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 boo. No, don't know nothing. All been like fuck up her whole life because of a man. And the same thing with the man. Men are tremendous a lot of times when it comes to their professional careers, how to lead the next generation and all that. And here comes Big Booty Keisha, and the man that's supposed to be the leader of the congregation now is having blowjobs in the Oval Office by Monica Lewinsky. How are we different when if I get you horny, I can get whatever I want from you? If I don't get you horny, now I have to use other things. How are we different?
Okay, I see what Fadi is saying. He's saying in such I agree and disagree. I agree that for the most part, men and women, when it comes to things of sex, we're kind of the same. I believe that I don't care how beautiful a woman is, it's up to the man to get in that zone for him to get off. It's the same thing to a woman. She has to get in that zone. She has to be there, mentally there. But when it comes to being manipulated, I don't think anybody can manipulate anyone. I'm talking about adults. I think you choose to get manipulated because you are searching for something that you think that person is going to give you. Even if you know there are signs, you're not going to get it. So for that part, I agree with Fadi. But anyway, shout out to Fadi. Let's get to the next video. Guys, like the video. Like the live stream. I got more videos for you guys, man. We are cooking today. All right. We are cooking today. Okay, like the video. What else?
And then I got another one here. I'm just setting up the videos we're going to be going through real quick. So yeah, men and women are kind of the same, but we're different at the same. We have differences, but we also have similarities when it comes to relationships. So that's why I don't believe anybody can really manipulate another person. Now, somebody may lie to you, but for how long are they going to lie to you before you see that whatever you want from them is not showing up? You know, they're going to be signs is what I'm saying. So it's up to you as the adult to really pay close attention. I'm not saying anybody can't lie to you, but I'm saying for how long are they going to lie to you before you realize this person is a liar? I'm saying they're going to be signs. A person can only pretend they love you or they care about you for so long before they actually give up their spot. All right, let's go to
actually more loyal than women are. We exhibit this in our purchasing. Men are actually more loyal than women are. We exhibit this in our purchasing behavior. A woman will purchase, even if the hair product that she bought worked beautifully for her, she can't help it but to try another beauty product. If a man finds a body soap that works for him, he's going to have that body for the next 20 years.
Facts.
Very loyal, very consistent. It's not that men don't have the capacity to do so. Of course, there's conditioning and social, inferences and learnings that we need. But the point is that it's possible. It is there. We just don't recognize it. So because men are stoic and because men say things like we want respect, we believe, first off, women don't even know what that means tangibly. What respect, what does that look like? And second of all, men actually crave emotional intimacy and connection. But public facing will say respect. But when you really begin to break down respect, there's an emotional tension, connection to that. Right? There's this, he disrespected me, your feelings were hurt. You feel hurt. But we don't want to say that. So we'll say respect. So it becomes nuanced for a woman. You're not going to get respect from her because she doesn't understand that there's an emotional connection to intimacy. But if you speak in her language and say emotional intimacy and connection, you will feel respected. You understand?
Hey,
I just want to say, Rome sold this whole video.
He's like,
and that's my homie. I'm with Cassandra forever.
his faces were like, that's my homegirl. I ain't gonna hold you.
Ain't nothing like a
Like
woman that understands a man and is on a man's side and wants to better a man.
Don't twerk on the camera,
I
Jada.
do believe that a lot of times men have to understand their true responsibility of leadership, right? And a lot of times you get into a situation with a woman who's had bad leaders her entire life, right? And at the core, she's still a good woman, right? But it's up to you to know whether you are willing to put in the work, right? And I'm not going to say to show her what's wrong with her, right? But to basically lead her to the point where she comes to realize that she's contributing to an environment that isn't conducive to what her goals are, right? Because I think a lot of times disrespectful women don't even realize they're being disrespectful. They're running on the inertia and the momentum of how they've lived their life. Once again, what men in their life have allowed, right? And I'd love to correct this thing here too, because a lot of times people speak to, does that woman have a father in her life? Did she have a father? And I don't think that that's the thing, because the question is, okay, but how did she watch her mother treat her father?
Or vice versa. Played.
And also, how was she received by her father?
Or vice versa.
I think it's more than just the presence of a dad, right? Because truth be told, there are women who may have adored their fathers, right? But their mother was their example of how to treat the father. Right? So there's this inner conflict within them where they love you, but they don't know how to treat you. They don't know how to value you because they never watched a woman value a man to really.
That's so true.
But that means they don't really love you.
I think so many times we throw around the word love, but to me, love is an action word. Don't tell me you love me, but you don't act like it. Don't tell me you love me, then you use an excuse of, I love you, but I just don't know. I just need to learn how to love you, how to treat you. No, you ain't. No, you don't love me. Love in action is an action word. I'd rather somebody who doesn't tell me they love me, but they use actions to show me they love me. Don't write love letters. Don't call me. Don't text me. Just do these other actions that show that you love me. That's an excuse. So I don't believe somebody can love you and not show you like with actions.
No, that's so true.
That's a good example because
Could you imagine that somebody loves you, but they don't know how to treat you?
Absolutely. That is so true.
which brings me
I'm
to
over
the
here
next
like,
point.
listen, and it happens. And once again, and this is where, as a man, you got to put your big boy pants on if you truly love that person.
That's very true.
Right? And this is what I mean by the balance, right? The balance of giving that person validation, giving them love, but also knowing when to put your foot in their ass. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And when I say put your foot in, I'm not talking about physical, I'm not talking about violence, but knowing when to put your foot down and say, look, you're not going to play this Jedi mind trick with me. And you're not going to try to trick me into thinking that what I'm doing is wrong, because all I'm trying to do is teach you what no one else cared enough to teach you.
So true.
So in this conversation, I'm just going to bring forth that a child's the representation of the man in their life has to be a good representation. Because again, let's talk about shaping people into how they react in the future. That's a good example as to why I act the way I act. Because I'm sitting here seeing a woman cater to a man. My dad is incarcerated, but my stepdad, he was in my life. And it always was kind of like, I'm going to fix everything by bringing gifts or buying or love bombing and stuff like that. And then you have a woman who's waiting for a man to get his shit together and be faithful or be a good man and not just always try to come back after he's messed up with gifts and sweet talk. And then as me, as a child, seeing, yo, my mom needs to be treated better than that. Or maybe that's not, I'm not trying to throw my mom under the bus, but at the end of the day, seeing those types of examples where you're loyal or faithful to a man that portrayed as if he was going to be a great father figure and a great man to you. And then my phone, you know what? Forget it. I ain't even gonna go that deep. But at the end of the day, sometimes I look at men as, yo, I can hear all of these great things, but sometimes it's just embedded in my brain, the things that I've seen, not just with my mother, but with friends. I'm going through it really bad now with a friend. And sometimes I just see like how great sometimes like a man will have it and he'll just stomp all over, crip walk, do the hella toe, all over it and violate these women. And so I'm sorry, that is just what I see more than the good. And it's not that I don't have like great women around me. It's just that I have a lot of experience with shitty men. I'm sorry, but that's why I'm very aggressive. And that's why even my relationships, I attempt to be a great woman, but I always have this idea of like, yo, it doesn't matter how great you are. Sometimes men are just going to do what they want to do.
First of all, it's her side of the story. I literally would need to sit down with all her exes for them to tell me exactly what type of woman she is. Because like I always say, some women like to paint themselves as the righteous people in their relationships. Because again, men never come out to tell their side of the story. If you lined up 100 women, 99% of them will say their ex was the wrong one. Their ex was the worst person they ever met. Most women never take accountability in what they did wrong in a relationship for it to end. They always blame the man. So for her telling us how she only has experiences with bad men, I don't believe a word she says. Her exes would have to tell me, yes, I was a bad guy. And then I'll be like, okay, she's right. But I don't believe a word she says that she has only experienced bad men. Especially depending on her age, most women have come across a good man. They just don't want him. Or he's not tall enough. He doesn't make enough money. Whatever reason, whatever excuse they want to give, most women have met a good man. Why? Because women are always being approached. Unlike a man, if he is not approached, he has to do the approaching and is usually rejected. So I can agree that most men haven't met a good woman because they have to do the approaching.
Dad was not around, like he left when I was 4. came back, and then left me when I was 16 and I got pregnant. He disowned me, straight up
I
disowned me.
remember you told me that. Yeah.
So, you know, it comes to a point in our lives though, at our age, where we can't blame what our parents did, you know, or what we seen when we were
That
little.
wasn't blame. That was just me.
But
seeing
you
your
saying
experience.
right now that it still hits you, that means you're still dealing with that. Like
Yeah,
you
I
still
also said that I
struggle with
have
that.
friends as well that are still.
But that has nothing to do with you. That has
I'm
nothing
not
to do with
saying
you.
me. I'm saying in general with men in their relationships. I hear that, you know, a lot of times. Okay, I'm not saying women are not the problem. I'm not saying that they cannot be
didn't say
annoying
that.
or whatever the hell it is that they're
You didn't
doing in
say
their
it.
relationships, or they just expect the most out of a man and they're never being appreciative. I'm saying that I'm experiencing the opposite. I'm experiencing
You're
women
blaming
who
men
are
again.
loyal, staying at home, waiting for that man, doing whatever they need to do, cook, clean, everything.
Yeah, but
putting their jobs on the line just to make sure that they're doing right by that man. And then he's completely violating. You getting phone calls from the next chick.
I
and this and
understand.
that. So what I'm telling you is not only that experience growing up, but that's why I'm just like men can be strict in relationships. Sometimes I feel like I can be either too lax, because sometimes I'm just like, man, a man gonna do what he do, or I'm just gonna be like not strict, but it's like as soon as something rubs me the wrong way, or I feel as though you've already done something that I don't approve of, it's like that's not what I want for my life. Let me go ahead and move on.
No, I understand exactly what you're trying to say, but what I'm telling you is that you should not base anybody's experience on your experience, and you need to. Right, the first step you're doing is being aware. You're being aware that this is what I see, and sometimes it affects me. But now you have to take an extra step and actually be mindful of that when things are happening in your life, and be like, all right, let me not take it like this, or let me do the opposite, or let me not think about that, because it will affect your relationship, and you're carrying that you're carrying that trauma like into your relationship.
What it affects is me at work.
Exactly. And she's only telling, when she keeps saying, oh, this is the experience of the women around me, that's because that's what they told you. Very few women come out to their homegirls and say, hey, listen, my relationship's not going well because I am the problem. No, they always tell their homegirls, my relationship is not going well because my man is the problem. They never hold themselves accountable, and their homegirls never hold them accountable. So anytime they run to their friends to complain about their man, they never say nothing positive about the man. No woman runs to their homegirls to say how good her man is. They run to their homegirls when something is wrong and they have something to complain about. So of course you're only gonna have bad experiences about men because that's what your homegirls tell you. So Miss Mariam is right. She needs therapy. But honestly, I can guarantee you this woman has been in therapy for years, but nothing changes. Women are in therapy, but she doesn't change because usually they go to female therapists who don't hold them accountable. They go to female therapists who are also going through the same shit in their own life. So they never hold them accountable. So they trauma bond. Because the therapist, in my opinion, should lay down strict, ways a person should change their situation. But they want to keep making money. So they will just listen and say, yeah, stay away from men. Men are the problem. That's why men don't want to go to therapy, because most therapists are women. And they would never understand what men go through. Anyway, shout out to you guys for rocking with me today. I think we have covered a lot. It's been 2 hours already. I didn't even realize. All right. But I'll be back tomorrow. So don't miss me too much. Shout out to you for supporting me today and for watching. Anybody who's still watching, my ninja watchers who hide in the background and just watch and support your boy. I appreciate you. So like the video, subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow. All right. Peace.